Okay, so here is the men's bathroom. Here's the ladies' bathroom, and here's like the walk-in cooler. So this is like the three immediate areas right next to where like the leak is. The first point I want to make, is like we have 0.50 inch tile, commercial tile, all around like the ladies' bathroom, men's bathroom, like the halls. They all share like the exact same like uh, tile plus like the mortar, so you have about zero point 0.6 or zero point 0.7 like inches, depending on like the mortar layout, like covering everything around. Higher up on the ground, and then like the water, once it starts like dripping, like the first thing it's gonna do, it's gonna find its natural way on that zero point 0.6 or zero point 0.7 like difference, like to the floor, so it's gonna travel all around like the galvanized steel, it's gonna feel um, all these walls, that are around like the men's bathroom, like the walk-in cooler and everything, and given like the nature of like tile laying and everything, once like these things start getting full, like, and it starts like like the galvanized steel is already like full with water, like water is just gonna start finding like the natural like under the floor, like concrete, like the way it's laid out, so water is gonna start going somewhere, it's gonna find it like its natural like channels, like there's no doubt, like the water damage, comes from these like these water pipes, like the walk-in cooler, that thing we never like scrub it, it has like no leaks, that's a very dry, even though it's a walk-in cooler, that's a very dry area. There's a gap in between like the walk-in cooler and like the outer layer of like the wall here, as required like per code, and there's like a big seal here and like at the floor level, so water it's not coming here, nevertheless like this wall is like completely rotten. So like the first part, of like the project, it's really starting with like these walls behind the walk-in cooler, which are like the tallest. The steel frame here is like completely like destroyed, galvanized steel, it's very easy to like rust, like I bought like two kitchen prep tables before that were made out of galvanized steel. Within like 4 months, they were already like breaking, from like the kitchen, from working in the kitchen, they get very easily rusted, so they don't have a whole lot of tolerance, for like water damage, so all these walls, that's really where like the project and the insurance company, should start looking at the damage, from like the kitchen side of this, and then you work your way out into everything else, that it's done. The point here, is like this part of like the kitchen, this is like the most water intensive area, you have like the grill, you have your fryer, you have your stove, so you have a combination of water and grease, which technically has a very corrosive nature, so every night, they they scrub this area, and they dump it right around here, where we have um, some of the sinks here. Like this wall doesn't even shows like the same damage, as the wall shows, like at this area, so this is a dry area, this is where we put like the chips. We don't scrub here barely, like ever, maybe once per month. So like the water is definitely coming, from like the rails of the galvanized steel in between like the walls, you know so the first sign that I saw, it was maybe like 3 weeks before like the construction, or 2 weeks before, I cannot really tell, I saw like right next to where the stalls were, I stepped on a tile, and like water came out. I just thought it was because of the mopping, so I told the lady not to use like so much water, then about a week later, I found water, like I stepped on one of like the tiles around here, and I found water there as well, and I start looking, around, I found like the exact same thing, like on the men's bathroom, so then I just called a contractor to come, um, take a look at it. You know, he told me it was like water damage. You know, we programmed, you know, like the construction to do like the lady's bathroom. I thought, you know, he was like crazy, you know, but I mean, basically, you know, I mean, even though, I'm just surprised with the amount of damage, you know, that a leak, you know, can do to like this like surface, you know. I mean, this is not like a year's worth of damage, you know. This is a couple of months, you know, like, or weeks, you know. I mean, honestly, anybody that says, you know, that they know how long this problem was going, you know, it's like lying. But at the same time, you know, I mean, if you look at the pictures, you know, of like the halls, you know, I mean, right here, you know, like this wall, you know, I mean, it's completely rotten, you know, like in the lady's bathroom, you know, I mean, you cannot even tell, you know, that there's anything going on, you know, like the tiles, you know, they're perfect, you know, you can never tell, you know, basically, you know, that if you step on one, you know, where it was going to be coming out. And if we look back, I mean, we see on the inside, you know, I mean, they look perfect on the outside, but on the inside, they're like completely rotten, you know. So, I mean, this is not like negligence, you know, this is not something, you know, like, oh, we should have routinely inspected, you know. Actually, it was very quick, you know. I take action, you know, like, as soon as I saw like the lady's burst out, you know, I was like, don't drop water. When I saw it again, I was like, okay, there's something going on. I'm gonna get somebody over here, you know. I mean, this takes a little bit of time, you know, but I mean, I took matters, the matter into my hands, you know, like very quickly, you know.